today's video, you are going to learn how you can design a responsive card in Figma. Now let's try to reduce the width and see what happens next. This is how it's going to look like on the tablet view, whereby if it can no longer contain the card on the horizontal axis, then it is going to stack it on top of each other, just like the way you are seeing it currently. Let's try to reduce it further and see what happens next. As you can see, this is how it's going to look like on the mobile view. So this is how it is going to look like on the desktop view. To get started, I have this icon ready that we are going to be using. Also, I have this text ready as well. So I'm going to drag this onto this section here. Then I'm going to pick my type tool. You can press T on your keyboard. I'm going to type in web development. So I will make sure it aligns properly with this icon at the top. So come to this section under typography. So I'm going to change the font size to 20. Then I'm going to change it from regular to bold, as you can see. Then I will drag this one down to this section as well. This will be the heading, while this will be the subheading. So the font size for this one is going to be 16 pixels and the font weight is going to be regular. So I'm going to select the text. Then I'm going to come to this section under fill. In order to give it a contrast, I'm going to change the color to this gray color here. The color code is 626262. After that, I'll pick my type tool again. Then I'm going to type in learn more. So I'm going to add an auto layout to it in order to convert it to a button. So to add the auto layout, you can press Shift A on the keyboard. I'll come to this section under fill. So I'm going to fill it with this blue color here. Then I'm going to select the text and fill the text with white color. Then I will have the button selected. So I'm going to come to this section under corner radius. I'm going to give it a corner radius of 5 pixels so that the corner radius can be rounded a little bit. Then I'm going to reduce the height to 30 pixels. So I'm going to be arranging everything to make it fit properly. So I'm going to select this heading text and this subheading. Then I'm going to add an auto layout to it. As you can see, it has been applied. Likewise, I'm going to select this icon. Then I'll select this text as well as this button. So I'm going to add an auto layout to it as well. I have auto layout applied. So I'll come to this section under fill. I'm going to fill it with white color. Now I'm going to come to this section and give it a horizontal padding of 15 pixels as well as the vertical padding of 15 pixels. Then I'll come to this section, the spacing in between elements, I'm going to change it to 20. I'm going to duplicate this card. So to duplicate it, you can press Ctrl D on your keyboard. I'm going to press Ctrl D again to duplicate it one more time. So I will have the theory card selected. Then I'll come to this section under corner radius. I'm going to give it a corner radius of 20 pixels. This section, instead of web development, I'm going to change it to search engine optimization. After that, I'm going to cut this text at the top here that I have prepared already. Then I'll select this one here. So I'm going to select this one at the bottom and right click. Then click on paste and match style. As you can see, it has been pasted. So likewise, this one I'm going to change it to UI UX design. Likewise, I'm going to cut this text. Then I'm going to select this one and replace it as well. Right click and click on paste and match style. As you can see, it has been applied. So I'm going to select the three buttons that we have here. I'm going to change the width to fill container so that it can be responsive. So if you can notice something, you're going to see that this card is more taller than this one and this one. To adjust it, I'm going to come to this section under this text. I'm going to give it an empty space by pressing enter on the keyboard so that it can match this section here. Likewise, I'm going to do the same thing here. The height has been adjusted. Likewise, I'm going to cut these icons from here. I'm going to select this one here. Then I'll right click. Then click on paste to replace. Likewise, I'm going to cut this one. Then right click, click on paste to replace. As you can see, everything is now looking good. So then I will have the three frames selected. Then I'll press Shift A on the keyboard in order to add an auto layout to it as well. Then I'm going to come to this section under the horizontal gap between objects. So instead of 40, I'm going to reduce it to 20. I'm going to fill it with this color. So click on fill. So I'm going to fill it with this color here. So this is the color code 7B00DA. Feel free to copy it. I'll come to this section under padding. I'm going to give it padding of 20 pixel each, both horizontal and vertical padding. I'm going to give it a corner radius of 20 pixel as well. So I'm going to select these three cards. I'm going to set the width to fill container so that it can be responsive. So I wanted to make sure I align everything to the center. To do that, so I'm going to make sure I select the parent container. That is, I'm going to select the three cards. You can hold down the shift key in order to select everything. So I'll come to this section under alignment. So I'm going to align it to the center. As you can see, it has been aligned to the center. So likewise, I'm going to select this text and align everything to the center as well. Now you can see when I adjust it by increasing the width, you are going to see that it is responsive accordingly. Also, when I try to reduce the width, you are going to see that it is also going to be responsive. You can see, but we are not done yet. So we are going to assume that this is a desktop device. So let us optimize it so that it can be responsive both on tablet and mobile as well. So to do that, I'm going to have the auto layout frame selected. Then I'll come to this section. I'm going to wrap it. Click on wrap to wrap it. Then I'm going to select each of these child element, that is the inner card. Under width, I'm going to click on add minimum width. So currently the width of this card is 228. So I'm going to reduce it to 220 as the main width. Then I'm going to select the parent frame again. So you can see now when I adjust it, it is responsive. But let's try to reduce the size and see what's going to happen. So I'm going to reduce the width. Just drag it to reduce the width. As you can see, so this is how it's going to look like on the tablet view. So when it cannot contain the three cards, so it's going to reduce it to 2. So likewise, when you continue reducing the width, at the end of the day, everything is going to be stacked on top of each other. Just let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. If this video has really helped you in one way or the other, please don't forget to share it with your loved ones. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can always get notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.